And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those lovely duct tapes from times gone by. Oh, I love Shelby. I love him so much. Plenty of stories to be had with him. Some maybe not safe for work, but great guy, great guy. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. As we are diving into our fourth series of the night, another PvT. We've had quite a number of Korean Terrans going up against the European Protosses, but now the roles have been reversed. We have our South Korean Protoss player representing Team Abydos, the red Protoss player on the top left hand corner of Lightshade. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade, we have the blue Terran player representing Team Roddy. It is BabyMarine. The Italian Terran player. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. But yeah, we've had a lot of TVPs already. You know, we've had Percival, we've had Hon Mono, but now we have a European Terran in BabyMarine instead. We'll see if he can succeed where some of the others didn't. I say that Hon Mono did win his series, but we'll see if he can succeed where Percival did not. It's great to see one of the older maps as well. Just to reiterate, in case people were tuning in during the break, this tournament does have a very special map pool. It has the usual ladder maps, of course, the tournament map pool, but it also incorporates some of the older maps as well. It incorporates Lightshade, Death Aura, and Jagannatha. 3 maps from Legacy of the Void, but from a couple of years ago. I think like 2-3 years ago. Maybe the first year of COVID, like 2020 kind of era of StarCraft. So it's been a while. It has been quite some time since we've seen these maps, but it's great to see them. You know, a bit of a blast from the past. If you're curious as to how these maps were selected as well, these were voted on by the players. The OSC Elite members, which is basically all the players that are competing in this very tournament, they did have a voting period amongst themselves, and they did pick and choose which maps to actually get involved, which is pretty sick. Pretty sick. As we do see BabyMarine going for a double gas opener here, so he's going to be going for something a little bit more aggressive instead. Did not go for an SCV scout and has kept his Reaper back at home, so a little bit more concerned with keeping his CC alive. Meanwhile, NightMare is going to be going for a Stargate opening. Boy, interesting. So Lightshade has a bit of a shorter rush distance. That's why 3 Vaxes were so popular on Lightshade as well, because it hit quite hard and quite fast. So I feel like it's a little bit greedy of NightMare to go for this Stargate. We'll see if he can get away with it, as again, BabyMarine is going for a more standard kind of 1-1-1 opener. So we should be getting into those Phoenixes, but we'll see if we go into an Oracle first instead. So there we go. Phoenixes are being produced by NightMare, looking to try and get that map control and eventually harass the mineral lines of his opponents. Meanwhile, BabyMarine is going for a pretty stock standard 1-1-1 into a mine drop, I imagine. As we are going to be, initially going to be quite aggressive here. We have 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. We have been banking them up. BabyMarine hasn't scattered anything across the map until now, and he's going to be pushing up this ramp. We do have 3 Adepts waiting on top, but we can run past. And there we go. We ignore the Adepts. We're going into the mineral lines. One of those Reapers does go down already. The Phoenix picks up another one of the Hellions as well. Ooh, and we are bleeding out a lot of units. The Sim City is too good. We don't get into the mineral line, and NightMare completely shuts this down. Oh my god. The Phoenixes, the Adepts, everything. Not a single worker went down. We didn't even get to fully... Okay, we did at least scout the main base. We, of course, know about the Stargate because of the Phoenixes, but a very powerful start here from NightMare. As a follow-up, we have a medevac for a drop, but we also have map control. The Phoenixes are out. The Adepts are looking to threaten that mineral line. There is one Widowmine here at the natural. Oh! Ooh, and it does go off. NightMare a little bit distracted with his Phoenixes, but he will get the mine. Oh, and with these 2 Adepts, we are going to be able to deny any kind of mining here at the natural. The Marines are going to be moving on down. We'll chase this away. But already a really great start here from NightMare. He shuts down the early game aggression. He even gets eyes on the medevac as well. Up, the mine. Ooh. NightMare gets baited in. Thankfully, the medevac does survive. as the Phoenix falls. But now we have another Phoenix, and there we go. At least the Vikings are going to be able to shoo this away. Oh. BabyMarine finally taking control of his side of the map, but unfortunately, again, we have stumbled out the gate. We have a medevac for drop play, but we can't really drop because we have Phoenixes. We have map control here from NightMare. Behind this is taking a third base. We're getting into our Forge, our Twilight Council. Ooh, and we're not quite going Phoenix Colossi. We're going Phoenix into Charge Lots first. Okay. Interesting. I mean, looking at his vision, he was able to see the additional Raxes being thrown down, which is pretty normal, all things considered. But with these charge lots, he can actually be a lot more aggressive, try and hit a timing with +1. Again, +1 armor is preferable here in this matchup because it's kind of the same logic that Banelings have, where Banelings you need +1 carapace and +2 carapace because it means that they survive longer, they can get on top of the Marines. Likewise, it's about the melee units, the Zealots, getting on top of the Bio Army as well, and the tanks, more importantly. So we are prioritizing that armor upgrade. Marines moving on forward, but ooh, they're getting picked off one after another. Again, nice pickups here by NightMare. We do see a scan across the map again. We're trying to see any kind of major tech, like a Disruptor or Immortals or Archons. We do at least see some Zealots, and that is a bit of a tell. There's no reason to be morphing in Zealots unless you're working on charge. Oh, and this is a really ballsy move. Oh my god. He's great. He's a Korean Terran. Koreans, they typically do drop in the face of Phoenixes, and BabyMarine, I think he knows that he's had a really rough start, so he has to make something happen. He's going to be trying to sneak out a mine drop across the map. Really risky when there are Phoenixes out, but they do avoid those Phoenixes. Oh, and I wonder if NightMare recognizes, hold up, that medevac is missing. The mines are missing. Yeah, maybe thinking they could be somewhere out on the map. Here we go. The pylon does spot the drop. But does NightMare? Oh, it looks like he does. Phoenixes are making their way back home, but it's a little bit too late. The mines are getting into the mineral line. Oh, and we do have a reaction, but the mines... Ooh. One mine shot goes off on one of those pros. We do have another wind mine headed towards the natural base as well. Oh, God. Almost a mine drag. And in the end, I believe we got maybe 3 probes here at the natural, 1 in the main. There's still 1 more mine here. Oh, okay. NightMare has noticed. Oh, the reborrow. Ah. He's going for it. He wants them, Bobby. He wants them. Oh, yo, there's no reaction. And it looks like we are going to be able to unburrow once again. BabyMarine is having a little bit of fun here. The mine shot is not going to go off on the Zealots, not on the probes. Whew. But a lot of lost mining time, to be fair. A lot of lost mining time, so at least some damage was done. As across the map, BabyMarine still being contained here to 2 bases. Zealots are waiting for their moment to charge in. Got our Templar Archives on the way for Archons, Blink as well. And BabyMarine is going for a pretty intense army, all things considered. He's got so many mines here, which will be ideal against those Zealots. Behind this, there is a 3rd CC, so he's not going to be going for a 2-base all-in. He's not going to be pulling the boys. He's just setting up to actually expand, and could even be pushing out behind this. Meanwhile, that's a lot of Zealots. That's a lot of charge that's coming out from NightMare. This engagement is going to be coming in from behind as well. It's going to be all about the mine shots, and here we go. The mine shots are going to be going off. Juicy connections on those Zealots, but we get the full surround. There is no way out in the Zealots. They just keep on flooding in across the map. The Zealots they're even getting into the natural as well. GG gets called, and NightMare takes game number 1. Oof, GG. Again, a really rough start for BabyMarine overall. Oh, and a really good setup as well from NightMare to come in from behind as well to kind of cut off the attack path and to also get into the mineral line at the same time. Just coming in from every angle. Oh, and he does take that first game. And now we're going to be getting into game number 2. on one of the newer maps, or the current maps, I should say, is going to be Royal Blood. How do you even play this? Typically, if you go up against charge-heavy styles in TvP, it is wise to kind of hunker down back at home. As in, not just mines, bearing in mind that some of those mines were not burrowed, but also bunkers and SimCity. That's honestly really, really important when playing against charge-heavy compositions. Just to create these artificial choke points to try and reduce surface area and give your Marines and your Marauders kind of the best chance at actually, you know, DPSing them down. Oh. But, here we go. We are going to be getting into game number 2 and spawning. In the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have our South Korean Protoss player representing Team Abydos, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, but also sending an SCV across the map. Let's go! We have the Italian Terran player representing Team Roddy. It is BabyMarine. That's also one of the frustrating things about playing against these charge openers from Protoss and these charge heavy compositions, is that unfortunately you do have to relinquish map control, and that can be really frustrating. Depending on how you play Terran, like you can't really be active on the map. The worst thing would be if you fight in the middle of the map somewhere with all these zealots and there's very little terrain to maneuver around. There's no SimCity. You do just kind of have to stay at home. And that can be a really frustrating thing. I can fully empathize. I can fully empathize with that. Aye. Oh, as we only have a singular proxy Rax. Oh my! I was curious because we were making a Marine. We're going for a proxy factory. Wait, what? Okay. And we have a reactor as well, not a tech lab. So this isn't going to be a proxy tank. Are we gonna see a proxy 111? Are we gonna see a proxy starport as well to drop into the main? I'm really curious as to how this is gonna come together. So we can see an add-on swap, we can get some Hellions, and then we can go for a proxy starport for a Hellion drop, right? Like, that's what I'm kind of piecing together here. And this will be a pretty fast Hellion drop as well if it does go for that. And there is the starport, and show us the add-on swap as well. There it is. So this is going to be a proxy Hellion drop. This is going to hit very quickly, and this is designed to cripple the economy of the Protoss. Really risky move because, as you can imagine, oh my god, it's not Hellions. There's an armory. He's going for the White Hydra. Let's go. Same idea though. This is designed to cripple the economy. This is really risky because, as you can imagine, all the production is out on the map. Nothing is at home, nothing to defend at home either. And with this, we're looking to slip on in, and if we have no detection, oh, we have a robo opener. How does he know? NightMare, he's scouting across the map right now. Because he went for a robo opener, he has access to detection. He can make an observer. Ay. Oh my god. It would have been the same if it was a Stargate opener, but if it was a Twilight Council opener, then NightMare would be in trouble. Alas, we're going to be dropping into the main base. Because of the armory, we do need detection to deal with these Widow Mines, but wow. He scouts. He sees everything. Everything that needs to be seen. He's getting ready in the main base. We have an observer on the way. There's a world where maybe the mine kills the observer. If the mine kills the observer, then we're still in this. But here we go. The mines have been dropped. The observer is out, and oh god, the smash damage. The observer goes down. Mines go off. How many probes go down? 6 probes, and we're able to get away. Oh my god, the splash damage from the mine killed the observer, but we have a second observer on the way. Are we going to get 2 more shots off? We'll see. We have a zealot coming on in. The boys have to be pulled. We will clean this up. Whew. And after all said and done, we're not stopping. We're not stopping, Papi. Oh god. 2 more mine shots going to be going off. Oh my god, another 4 probes go down. 15 in total, and we're going to be chasing down the rest of them. 0 mining right now in the main. Ay, ay, ay. And NightMare is hurting right now. It also doesn't help that he lost his first wave of Stalkers as well to the mine shots. Back at home, we have a CC on the way. The production is flying back home. And we're still making more Widow Mines. We're just ferrying them in 2 by 2, or 1 by 1 even. And NightMare's in a really rough place. He doesn't have a Twilight Council. Ooh, does snipe that medevac in the end. Another mine. Oof. Oh, these mine shots are just so juicy. Ay, ay, ay. All 3 mines even get saved. Looking at the units tab here, 22 probes have gone down. 22. How do we come back from this? Well, he's coming back. I don't know if we should, but we are. Up, up. Ooh, only 1 mine does get borrowed. But 2 more are scuttling on in, and this may just be it here. As the Stalkers do outrange the mines, so they're going to be able to chase them away. But, like, again, BabyMarine, he just has such a massive economic lead. He has his 3 Raxes back at home. This is all scouted and confirmed by NightMare with his Observer. And yeah, like, this is just going to be a rough road to recover here from NightMare. I think, like, the pressure is on him. Here we go. He has to make something happen. He has to move out with his Stalkers. He needs to deal some counter damage. I like how meticulous he's being because there are mines, so he doesn't know where they are. He doesn't want to eat some mine shots to the face on these Stalkers, especially. He does see all 4 of them here. And again, he does outrange them. Up! Oh. There we go. 1 or 2 mines going down. There is no stim. Boys have to be evacuated. And again, this is very necessary counter damage from NightMare. He needs to try and contain BabyMarine to 1 base for as long as possible to get back into this. He's not just doing that, by the way. He is picking away at those Marines. He's going to be able to get a depot. But this is getting a bit out of hand. Stim is still not done. Without Stim, it's really difficult to deal with these Stalkers with just pure Marine. As we can see, the Marines are getting bullied. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, the CC is getting lower and lower. The boys have to be pulled. Did you get 1 Stalker? We go for the scan, but no! The Observer survives. Scan does barely miss the Observer. We stim on forward, the stim is now done, but alas, he will not come across those Stalkers. And behind this, NightMare is rushing into Colossi. He desperately needs them to be safe against any kind of bio push. BabyMarine retaking control of his natural. BabyMarine still has an economic lead. He is even in workers, which means he's ahead because he has mules. So this is still a good economic position for BabyMarine. Stim is now done, so now his drop play has a little bit more power to it as well. He does drop into the main. This is spotted by NightMare. There is no blink. Oh, he's trying to focus down the bay. Up! Can he get it? Up! Can he deny extended thermal lance? And it looks like he will. Let's go. He takes down the bay. He gets away as well because there is no blink. There is no way to shut down these drops. BabyMarine just pulling apart NightMare, forcing him to rebuild the robotics bay. We have a 3rd on the way, but oh, the mines! NightMare is going to be zoned away from his 3rd, forced to cancel. And BabyMarine is he's just getting out of hand. The double jump into the main base. Probes are falling left and right. Workers that we just can't afford to lose. He focuses down as many of the Stalkers as he can as well. And sure, we're going to eventually lose all these Marines, but he is still just trading so damn well. And behind this, we have a 3rd CC. We got 2 more Raxes. We're getting into our 5 rack setup. NightMare, he knows that he's behind. He's going for a Dark Shrine. Anytime Dark Shrine, Puppy, it is the way to come back. Can he pull off a miracle? Can he somehow cripple the economy of BabyMarine with DTs? It's possible. Anything is possible. Oh boy. As NightMare is moving out with his main army, Extended Thermal Lance is not done. He actually cancelled it. Oh my god. Okay. We're going to be moving out with what army we have. Trying to trade good force fields. Oh my god. 2 Marines, a Marauder. A second Marauder goes down. A very efficient trades here by NightMare. CC is under threat. The boys have to be pulled. Mindshot does go off. But the force fields once again cut up the army. Ay, ay, ay. Oh no! And a little bit of miscontrol as well. One medevac does fly a little bit too close to the Protoss. And with those insane force fields, NightMare is back in this. We do have a mine drop across the map. Oh my god. And as I say, NightMare is still in this. He loses his mineral line. This is getting really messy. Oh, the Viking's going to be able to take down one of those Colossi. And we need to take stock at what just happened. BabyMarine is down to 40 workers, but he has a 3rd CC. It's an orbital. He can take his 3rd base and saturate it. Because of the counter mine drop, he is ahead, still ahead in the worker count. And Extended Thermal Lance was delayed, but we have DTs. DTs are being slow warped in across the map. Do we have any detection? Oh my god, the DTs are already here. We do have a scan. Both DTs go down, but we're not done. We got 2 more on the way. No missile turrets. We do have another scan, but we are splitting up the DTs in 1 in each base. Oh god, and BabyMarine, he moves out. Oh god, BabyMarine once had 40 SCVs, and now he is down to 26, losing 14 to these DTs. Meanwhile, another mine drop. Nope. Not going to be finding too much damage, but the DTs, they keep coming in. BabyMarine. God. This game is so chaotic. We're like swinging from one way to the other. We're like, oh, this is good for BabyMarine. That is good for NightMare. Back and forth. And now it's looking good for NightMare. Aye. DTs, they bypass the army. They're looking to slip on in. They are confirmed. They are spotted. We do have the scan. Alright, and now after all said and done, we only have 1 Colossi, but we now have Disruptors. That's the other great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're behind an army supply, 1 good Nova can make up for 20, 30 supply. It's going to be on the control of BabyMarine. It's going to be on him to try and split and avoid those Purification Novas. Meanwhile, Zealot Rumbai is going to confirm the timing of the 3rd base. Charge is done. This is looking a little bit scary for BabyMarine. A little bit scary. Again, these Disruptors change everything. Now, obviously, there's counterplay, right? Like, in an ideal world, these Disruptors could deal no damage, right? They could do nothing. Or they could do everything. Here we go. We go for a scan. Just trying to pick off whatever observers we can. Make sure that NightMare is in the dark. And I'm a little bit concerned. We did make another wave of Vikings. So we're up to 4 Vikings, which would be great against the Disruptors, but not so much against everything else. Does go for a scan. He's checking the gold bases. He's looking for ninjas, as we do see NightMare out positioning his opponent a little bit, going towards the natural base. We do see the Nova's going to be distracted. Oh no! The Novas! Oh. The Novas, they come in. 3 very juicy connections. Zealot's coming from behind as well, and we're going to be able to clean up. Aye. The flanking Disruptors. Not like this. No! The splits are not quite there. BabyMarine. Despite that, NightMare also not with the most largest army. He did lose his Colossus and he lost his Stalkers. God. But those Novas were insane. Behind this, his worker count is looking pretty decent. We do see NightMare, he's doing a lot with his disruptors, but he needs an army as well. He needs more to support him, whether it's charge lots, whether it's blink stalkers. That is something that we're still lacking. Another DT slips on in, gets into the third base, forces another scan. Oh boy. And we'll see if that happens again as NightMare moves out. So does BabyMarine. They're going to be running into each other. We have those disruptors. Oh, this is not a fight we want to take. Novas are going to be zoning away the army. Not the best connections, but you know what, BabyMarine, he keeps on pushing. Oh, God. That was 3 Novas. We have 1 more left in the chamber. Meanwhile, we have a Zealot Rumba head towards the third base. At the same time, BabyMarine is pushing towards the third of NightMare. We have a shield battery, we have an overcharge, and we have a charged out Archon army. We do have enough to defend. The Zealots do go for that counterattack. At the same time, we're going into a massive Doom drop into the main. We force a recall. Pylon goes down. Ooh, we do even get an Archon. This army from NightMare is really struggling to engage. There we go. The overcharge will help. But BabyMarine is getting a lot done. Denying mining here at the third and taking down maybe another Archon. Oh, the disruptors. Oh, the target firing is pretty damn good, and we do get 2 of them. The drop play from BabyMarine, it looks like it's gonna be enough, Papi. He's pulling NightMare apart. Ah. The disruptors went down. The stalkers, again, will be able to force this back. Oh! Oh my god. A little bit of mistargeting. Does get 2 of the medevacs, but another 2 do get away. BabyMarine taking a 4th base. That's actually his main. He lifts up his main, takes the 4th, defends back at home. This is still going to be so close. BabyMarine killed 2 disruptors. We still have 2 left. This is still the backbone of NightMare's army. He's able to go back to mining. And BabyMarine is looking for another angle. Is going to be spotted by these DTs. Does BabyMarine see this? Does he? I think he does. Yeah, he sees. The whole position! Let's go! The citizen's arrest on the DT. You love to see it. I would love to see a scan, though, to be honest. We're still waiting a little bit. Oh, boy. As that DT was able to kill quite a number of Marines. And is still alive. There we go. We have the scan. The DT on hold position. NightMare was feigning a little bit of aggression. He's going for a 4th base. Both players taking their 4ths. Oh. But again, we haven't rebuilt our splash damage. We're still relying on only 2 disruptors. I feel like there is still a big window here for BabyMarine. He has a massive supply advantage. He's going up against 3 Archons, 7 Stalkers, 2 disruptors. NightMare his army just isn't large enough. Oh, and here we go. The target firing. 1, 2 disruptors go down with the death of the disruptors. That's it. That is all that NightMare has. We stim and we win. It was a long game. It was a tough game as well. The roller coaster ride of emotions, but BabyMarine has done it. He's broken the third, he's broken the army, and he's going to be forcing the ace match. Oh my god. GG, well played. We're going to game 3. Let's go. Oh, GG, well played. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. And game 3 is going to be taking place on Babylon. Let's go. Ugh. Even after 5 bullets to the face, it's still up 20 armor supply. True, very true. Those purification overs were insane, actually. They were absolutely insane. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Babylon. We have The South Korean Protoss player representing Team Abydos, the favorite in this series, but now forced to go to the ace match. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Terran representing Team Roddy, tying up the series 1-1. It is BabyMarine. And this time, the Rax is at home. Oh boy. As a reminder, a really chaotic start to game number 2 where BabyMarine went for a proxy 1-1-1 into an armory, into a Widowmine drop, something that we haven't seen on this channel in a long time, ever since the White Hydra days of those Latin American tournaments. Oh, how I miss them. Oh my god. But it has been a while. NightMare had a really hard time dealing with that, really did struggle cleaning up all of those mines, keeping his detection alive. And all in all, that game was pretty chaotic. It was pretty back and forth. We saw NightMare go for a counter push where he was able to force field and in a way out-control his opponent, kill so many workers. The Novas were insane as well. But the macro of BabyMarine is where it all mattered. Even if he lost like 15 plus probes, SCVs to DTs. Like the DTs as well. They also did a lot of damage. It's back and forth. A wild game. And now, BabyMarine, I believe for the first time this series, is going for a Rax expand. Only a singular gas being taken here, faster CC on the low ground, an economic opener from our Terran. And NightMare did scout that. He is aware. He is fully aware back at home. He's going for a gate expand. Everything's looking normal. BabyMarine is just scouting around the map, making sure nothing crazy is going on. As he may have skipped the SCV scout, but he's not skipping the Reaper scout. Reaper is rushing across the map to try and scout the tech, and we can see the tech of choice from NightMare is going to be a Stargate. Again, we saw a lot of success with it last time in game 1. I'm sure we'll see some more success with it as well. Again, Stargate openers are quite meta in current era of StarCraft, going Phoenixes into Colossi. We saw in game 1 though, NightMare didn't quite do that. He went for Phoenixes into Charge Ults instead and went for a pretty brutal timing. That was on a smaller map, that was on Lightshade, where you can maybe get away with being a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, we'll see if he can try and replicate that. As the first Adept gets across the map, is going to be denying some mining time here, is going to force BabyMarine on 1 base economy for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, the Reaper does zoom across the map, and we do have an Adept to defend back at home, but it looks like we may be able to get 1 probe kill. Oh! Oof. Do we get 1? Do we get 2? We do not. Only 1 probe kill in the end. Meanwhile, across the map, that 1 Adept is joined by a second. And yeah, we're going to be taking control of the natural for quite some time. Looks like we don't want to waste the mine here. We're going to be keeping it back for the time being. And yeah, we're looking to snowball here. We actually didn't go for a Phoenix. We went for an Oracle straight into a Twilight Council instead. So hyper aggression coming out from NightMare. Oracle looking to dip on forward. Again, these are vanilla Marines, so the Oracle can go to town. Oh my god. Thankfully, the wall is a wall. The Adepts don't make it in. SCVs are pulled to repair, and BabyMarine is going to try and take control of the low ground. It looks like he will. He does have enough Marines to do so. Does finally regain control of his natural. Oof, as we shade into the main, but it was a bait. We had a Widowmine ready and waiting. And the Adepts will be cleaned up. Oh, at the same time, though, the Oracle, it comes in from behind. Oh my god. We don't want to get baited in. Not again. And the Oracle gets a handful of SCVs. 4 SCVs in total. Oh, the Mule. Oh my god. The confidence. As that mine is about to reset, so we do have to be careful with this Oracle. But yeah, this is really interesting from NightMare. Even though he opened up Stargate, he only goes for a single Oracle, going into Blink behind this instead. So changing gears quite heavily. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit paranoid about the Widowmines. Oh my god. As the mine drop is headed across the map, the mines are no longer at home. And we saw how much damage this dealt in game number 2. But I think it makes sense for us to go into Blink now. Like, NightMare is going to have such a more maneuverable army. Going to be able to react in time. But Blink isn't done yet, and the mine drop is looking to slip into the natural. We do boost on forward. NightMare out of position with his army. Oh, does he react in time? It looks like he will. Oh. As we scuttle on forward, trying to be a little bit cheeky here, but no, we have the revelation. And one Oracle will go down. Blink finishes up, but the medevac is going to be able to escape. Ooh, and things will settle down from here. Behind this, we have our 3 racks 1-1 setup. As to be expected. Before that, of course, we are going to be moving out with our first couple of tanks. Just trying to assert ourselves on the map. We do have stim. Oh, but we blink on forward. We don't even care. Oh my god, a little bit of a misclick. Did miss that medevac. Did focus down a Marine instead. Ooh, but that tank did take a volley. One more and it will go down. Meanwhile, across the map. Oh! Okay, not a bad mine shot. Does go off. Does get cleaned up. Ooh, but NightMare, he can keep on pushing. Does get eyes on the army. Looking to even find a way into the main. Where we do have a third CC, so BabyMarine isn't going to be going for a 2-base all-in. Just trying to assert himself. Just trying to be active on the map. As behind this, we have Charge. We have a Templar Archives as well for Archons, for Charge Lots. Pretty solid composition. We are going to be lacking splash damage. You know, in favor of Charge Lot Archon, we're going to be giving up on Colossi or Disruptors. But we are going to have a more mobile army. As we can blink into the main, and we will. We blink into the main base. The tanks are out of position out here outside the natural instead. Oh, the CC is going to be delayed. With these Marauders, we can't really do too much damage. The Marines are waiting. Oh, they do seem they're going to be able to take down 1, take down 2 Stalkers. Can we get 3? Just 2 for now. But again, this is usually why we don't really have our tanks out here, especially when playing against Blink. A little bit risky to leave your main base exposed like that. But at least he trades and gets a couple of Stalkers. As NightMare is going to be taking his 4th base before BabyMarine even gets his 3rd up and running. Oh, the blinks. NightMare going to be running away with his economy. Of course, he is going to be skipping out on his gases because he's going to be transitioning into a more charge out heavy composition. It's more about the minerals, less about the gas. That's why he can afford a 4th base this quickly and afford to saturate it as well. The amount of minerals that NightMare has is insane. As he's even struggling to spend a little bit of it, trying to get another wave of production up. More gateways on the way. Forge for +1. We don't want to be pushing into this though. Like, we have quite a deep minefield already. NightMare going to try to come in from multiple angles. Here we go. The Marines are distracted by the Stalkers. Zealots coming from behind, and they're getting on top of the tanks. 1 tank is going to be going down, but we still have another, and we still have more mines. And we do at least clean up all the tanks, but we can't do much else from there. We do have to back off. Until the next wave of Zealots. Oh my god. As the Zealots will be showing up. And what's scary is that the mine count was reset, the tank count was reset. NightMare, he can push in. There's only 2 Widow Mines with this army. At the same time, we have a massive warped of Zealots into the main base. BabyMarine is being pulled apart. He goes for a drop into the main. At the same time, in comes NightMare. And there are the 2 mine shots, and that is all he has. He can keep on pushing. Does focus down the mines for now. And the Zealots in the main are still just wreaking havoc. He blinks on forward. And BabyMarine is being pulled apart. It looks like he should eventually stop this, but he lost so many SCVs in the main. The damage has been done. I'm getting game 1 flashbacks. behind this, we're finally transitioning. We have a second robo on the way, a Dark Shrine, Colossi, anything and everything, as we're finally taking additional gases. And yeah, from here, BabyMarine is kind of forced to commit. He's down to 40 SCVs. He has a pretty powerful army. He does finally have those ghosts. A big thing that was missing in the last fight were EMPs. EMPs would have completely changed everything, especially if they connected with the Zealots. Prism goes down in the main. But the problem is that now we have Colossi. You know, we have kind of changed up our composition a little bit, and an army that may have been good against Chargos and Archons, maybe not so much against Colossus, not anymore. The boys are being pulled. BabyMarine, he is all in. The game is going to end one way or another. But now there are 2 Colossi. We have 3 ghosts. We have some EMPs. Oh my god, but the target firing, 1 Colossus gets sniped. Sorry, 1 ghost gets sniped. Do have a decent EMP, but we're racing back here to the shield battery, to the overcharge. We're running into Zealots as well. We get the full surround. And the EMPs are looking decent. He's going to be able to dive on both Colossi. But we still have so many Zealots. Oh. And hey, you killed 2, but another 2 appear. Another 2 take their place. As we're going to be able to stutter step quite well here, but there's no longevity to this army. There's 11 SCVs back at home. What you see is what you get. And another great EMP, another great snipe as well, both Colossi. We do pick up, and we're going for a drop. we got to do whatever we can. We're down to 13 Marines. And 0 ghosts. We're coping a little bit. To be fair, I don't think... Yeah, he doesn't know about the 4th. To be fair, BabyMarine, he doesn't know about the 4th base. He doesn't know how insane the economy is for NightMare. Ugh. Doesn't know how he could afford so much. There it is. He goes for the scan. He sees the fully saturated 4th. Oof. And now he knows. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. He's gonna be looking to consolidate his army here for one final push. I mean, he's been doing a great job at sniping Colossi, to be fair, and it looks like he may do it again, but yeah, we have too many Zealots. GG gets called, and NightMare takes game number 3 and the series. GG, well played. Oh, and NightMare will advance on to the next round. My condolences to BabyMarine. He did fight hard, and we had a lot of fun, especially in Game 2. Game 2 was crazy. The highlight of the series was Game 2. Game 1 and 3 were a lot more straightforward. NightMare was in a lot more control of those games, and yeah, didn't really let up or give up his control too easily. Game 2 was a lot more chaotic, as NightMare advances on to face the winner of Art versus Trigger, which is Art in the next round. There you go. Another PvP Europe versus Korea. But we won't be casting that here today. We're still focusing on round 2 of the tournament, not round 3. So congratulations, NightMare moves on. He's going to have some time. He's going to have a couple of days to prepare for Art and get ready for his series. Likewise, so will Art, as they will be facing each other this week, sometime this week.